Okay, we're recording now. We're going to get started here in about 30 or 40 seconds. So, all right, we're at time. Welcome everybody to this 10th and final class in this series on Kundalini Yoga for Intuition and Prosperity, broadcast from the Temple of the Coiled Splendor, a mind, body, spirit fitness center here in Portland, Oregon, where we share things like yoga, qigong, martial arts to help improve people's lives and help them attain optimum performance. So just a recap, we started this series 10 weeks ago, coming out of COVID in the wintertime, with an understanding that 2020 was a big year of change for a lot of us, a lot of big transitions, a lot of challenges, and that a lot of people were wanting guidance for what life was going to be like on the other side of this as we started to emerge into a post-COVID world. And Kundalini Yoga for a long time has been talking about what they call the transition into the Aquarian age. And we know this last year, we made this big shift from Saturn in Capricorn into Aquarius. And so, some people talk about that in terms of the Aquarian age. Nonetheless, there's a lot of shifting going on behind the scenes. And one of the big things that Kundalini Yoga teaches us is as we go through these shifts, the vibrations will become increasingly intense in this transition time. And so we need practices and tools that help us match that vibration so we can keep up and that we can show up and be our best selves in our lives. So in essence, that's what this whole class has been about, is giving people a set of tools and techniques that help them cultivate intuition, which is either knowing, and then also they give them tools to foster prosperity consciousness and prosperity vibrations so that they themselves can go forward into life and live their best selves. So it's fitting that our last class in this series deals with the sun. Behind me, you see a beautiful image of the sun. Our home here in Portland, we call the Sun House. And, the way I sort of frame this class is that, all power and prosperity, at least in our solar system, is directly attributable to the sun. The life force, the prana, the thing that feeds our crops, the thing that fills our world with life, it all tracks back to the sun. So in some ways, and in many ways, the source of all prosperity in at least our part of the universe is the sun. So it makes sense that we would do things to tune ourselves into that consciousness. The Egyptians literally saw the sun as a god, Ra. They would do daily devotions, getting up very early in the morning and do chants to the giver of all life as the rays would play out across the Nile Valley, fertilizing the crops. And many ancient mythologies have associated the sun with divinity. And, in my spiritual tradition, Balema, we actually do 4 solar adorations when we're doing it, diligently per day, at dawn, at noon, at the setting of the sun, and ideally at midnight, to acknowledge where does all the power come from? Where does all the energy, where does all the life force come from? It comes from the sun. So in yoga, Surya, a god, is the giver of all prana. They literally call the sun Surya. It's a god. And all energy, all life force flows from that. And tuning into that prana, aligning with the sun, gives you an action-oriented consciousness, ability to come from a place of prosperity and clarity, so that you're not in sort of a muddled state of mind. Now, not to say that lunar consciousness is not valued, but there is a real special place for activating that solar consciousness when it comes to clear decision-making and focused action, moving forward on a path. So another big part of thinking about the sun is this notion of the macrocosm and the microcosm, whether we're talking in yoga, tantra theory, Western alchemy, Western hermeticism. There's a notion that the macrocosm, the universe, is mapped to our bodies. The notion of as above, so below, as within, so without. So where is the source of the sun within the body? Well, no other than the heart. There's a reason why, the notion of courage, which basically means, heartfulness, is associated with the sun at the heart, because this is a place that tunes you into that action-oriented forward momentum, that ability to come from a place of sort of higher transpersonal, courageousness beyond your finite ego. So there's a direct relationship between opening the heart chakra and tuning into the solar consciousness as well. And this is repeated in another tradition, Kabbalah, the Jewish mystical tradition. They have what's called the tree of life, which is a multifaceted diagram that speaks to the sort of emanation of divinity into the world. And there's one center that's especially important in the Kabbalah. It's called Tiferet, which means beauty. And the thing about Tiferet is it reconciles the heavens and the earth. And it's the place of all harmony and equilibrium. And guess what? Its association is the sun. So time and time again, you're going to see in mystical esoteric traditions, from the Egyptians to the Jewish mystics, to the Tantric traditions, the importance of the sun and activating that solar consciousness, which is exactly what we're going to do tonight. So to activate the sun at the heart is to align with the greater microcosm and to bring yourself into equilibrium with these forces in such a way that you can express your highest good in the world, which in yoga is called Dharma. I've used the term numerous times throughout the class. Dharma basically means divine right duty. It's why you came down to the planet. You can say, oh, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer. Behind all that, though, it's the reason you're here. It's what you're meant to express. And that can show up obviously in your job, in your relationships, in your work. It's really who, when you boil away all the surface elements of who you think you are, it's who you are at the core, at your highest level of expression, and that's your Dharma. And living from that is the best life that you can live. On the other side is living the lowest life you can live when you're in a stage of dishonesty and ignorance and lying to yourself and lying to others and being in a place of sort of confusion. That's a karmic existence. And of course, we're always on a spectrum. We're always working between these forces, but definitely when you activate that solar consciousness, you're very proactively moving more towards a dharmic way of being as opposed to a karmic, fated way of being, a habituated state of consciousness. So ultimately, this brings us into alignment with the powers of creation, because the sun is the giver of all life force. It's also the power that makes us be able to create anything. Everything that happens on Earth, every life that's born, every crop that's sown, every inspiration that comes into us in some way is inspired by the powers of the sun. And so being able to activate that is really key to an abundant life. And also an important part of this is this notion of Lila. Lila is a tantric term. It means divine playfulness, like Shiva and Shakti, divine masculine and feminine. When they're interlocked with each other and they're doing their divine love dance, this is thought to be a state of playfulness. And so, coming sort of full circle, you're 10 classes in, I really want to get to the key heart of what all of this practice has been about. It's really ultimately been about removing all of the layers of delusion, confusion, and sort of facade that we put on ourselves to get down to that essential nature that lies underneath everything, so we can come into a relationship of playful co-creation with the universe, because the universe loves to play. If you're going to open your centers and when you tune in, the universe is going to respond to you, and your life will take on a quality of spontaneous abundance and joy and playfulness, and you'll be lighter. A lot of us carry so much weight in our lives. We're heavy in our thoughts, we're heavy in our relationships, and there's a lightheartedness that comes when you activate that solar center, when you open the heart, and that brings a state of grace, which is a state of playfulness. So that's kind of where we've come in the past 10 weeks, is this notion of sort of co-creative playfulness in harmony with the divine right order, having opened up the centers, having opened up our chakras, our nadis, having tuned our intuition to these higher forces, and having really tuned ourselves to our life purpose. That right there, that's the heart of prosperity. That's the heart of intuitive living. And hopefully all these practices up to now help you build on that. And this final class will take you home to the sun, which is where we're headed tonight. So that's all the lecture. Oh, and one final thing is we're going to end with a meditation tuned to Ganesha, which is the you know, the tantric god of abundance, prosperity, moving obstacles. So we have a really fun meditation at the end where we're going to take that solar consciousness and we're going to work with Ganesha to really open ourselves up. So let's get started. So we always tune in by rubbing the hands briskly and placing them here at the center of the chest, the knuckles in, sit up straight, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And we're going to tune with the mantra Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo means I call the infinite wisdom beyond myself. Guru Dev Namo means I call upon the infinite wisdom within myself. And inhale, begin. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale, sit up straight, pull up on the rectum, navel, sex organ, squeeze energy up the spine, focus at your third eye point, between the eyebrows, and exhale, relax the breath and the lock. Place the hands on the knees now for Sufi grinds, just warming up that spine, moving around in a full, complete circle. Once again, everybody doing what you can at your own pace. I can't really adjust your levels, so don't hurt yourselves, but also test your own edges. We're going to just move around here and do a few warm-ups, and we'll go into Surya Kriya. So moving along the center spine, and inhale, exhale, and rotating the other way. Nice, easy rotation, eyes closed down. And inhale, center, and exhale. Okay, coming on to the knees in rock pose for our next warm-up. We're going to do spinal flex with hands on the shoulders, and we're going to be opening the heart because that's the focus of our class. We're going to place the hands on the shoulders. We're going to inhale, and the arms come forward. The head kind of bends forward as we open, as if we're breathing from the heart, and we exhale and collapse back. So inhaling forward from the heart, exhaling back. We're going to do 26 drone pace. Just get into it. Inhale, center spine. Pull up on that Rulock, focus at your hearts. And exhale, relax the breath. The hands just rest on the thighs, eyes closed down, focus at your brow point, long, deep breathing. Just relax the breath, relax the mind, and just be. And inhale, and exhale. Okay, wouldn't be fitting to do a solar focus class unless we did some sun salutations. So as another warm up, we're gonna come standing up, and I'm gonna explain it from this position. So you're gonna have your feet shoulder width apart. You're gonna interlock the thumbs. You're gonna inhale, bend back. Then you're gonna exhale forward. We turn to the side. So exhale forward, go ahead and hang your body. You can either walk or pop back into a platform or a plank position. I usually hop. So you're gonna hop back and you're gonna go ahead and be in a plank, breathing a couple breaths. Bring one leg forward into a front lunge. Reach up towards the heavens with your forehead. Continue to breathe. And then exhale back into downward dog. Go ahead and get a good stretch on those calves. Continue to breathe. And then come back into a plank, downward, and then up into a cobra. Inhale, and exhale back down. Come back into that downward dog position. And bring the other leg forward, lunge. And then foot next to it. Inhale and bring the hands over the head and then down to the heart center. Okay, that was one. We're going to do 5 more. This time we're going to bring the other leg forward in a lunge. So inhale, back, exhale, forward. Make sure you get a good stretch. Go ahead and walk or hop back into a plank. Bring the left leg forward, arch up. Always breathe. Exhale, downward dog. Coming back into a plank position. Lower yourselves to the floor, come up into cobra. And exhale down, back into downward dog. And other leg comes forward. Lunge, feet together, inhale, hands over the shoulders, or hands to the chest, and now just 4 more, and continue. Exhale, hop back or walk back, breathe, left leg, right leg forward, lunge, breathe, back, downward dog, calf stretch, back to a plank, down, come up, breathe, exhale down, downward dog, and left leg forward, inhale, and feet hops together, and inhale over the head, hands to heart center, and 3 more, inhale back, exhale forward, go ahead and stretch, bring the legs back, either hop or walk. Left leg forward, inhale. And bring the leg down to downward dog. Make sure you're breathing. Back to plank. Back down to the floor, inhale up into cobra. Exhale down, downward dog. Stretch those calves. And back into lunge and back. And we have 2 more. Hands over the head, down the heart center. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Go ahead and hop back. Right leg comes forward into a lunge. And downward dog. Back to plank. Down, come up into cobra. Breathe. Exhale. Downward dog. Left leg forward, lunge forward. Feet together, inhale over your head. Exhale, and last one. Back, inhale. Exhale forward. And last time into a plank. And left leg lunge, inhale. Breathe. And downward dog. Back to plank. Breathe. Down, inhale up. Exhale down. Downward dog. And other leg lunges. Reach for the sky. With that lunge, feet together, inhale, hands together over the head. Exhale down. Just stand for a moment with your hands at your heart center. Just breathe. Eyes closed down. Feel your groundedness. Feel that connection at your heart. You just saluted the sun, the giver of all life force. Your hands are in prayer pose at the heart, acknowledging that bridge between the heart and the sun. So just feel that devotional connection between you and the sun. Breathing long and deep, relax, eyes closed down. And inhale and exhale. And release the hands, shake out the hands a little bit, and then come sitting back down into, we're actually going to come lying on the back. So go ahead and actually we're going to go to cat-cow. So go ahead and put the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to inhale up into cow position. So good, strong cow stretch. Then you're going to exhale down in cat. So alternating cat, cow, inhale up, exhale down, and continue. Now 26, your own pace. And inhale up into cow. Pull up on that root lock, rectum, navel, sex organs, squeeze up. And exhale down into cat. One more time, inhale up into cow. Pull up on that root lock, exhale down into cat. And slowly just lower the forehead to the floor into baby pose and just relax there for a moment. Long, deep breathing. Completely relax the breath, relax the mind, and just be. All right, one more yogic warm up. So go ahead and come lying on the back, and then we'll do a brief intermediate relaxation before we go into the Kriya, the exercise, the main exercise. So you can either have the hands under the hips or not. We're going to do yogic bicycles, but the difference is like, you know how you do this with bicycles? This, you're going to be doing a literal push-pull with your legs. So it's like this, and the breath can go however it needs to go naturally. It doesn't say you have to do this with a fixed breath, but it's like more like this. I find that a breath just comes. So we're going to do that for about a minute. So go ahead and get ready for that. Once again, it's not a circle. It's more like a push-pull. And natural breath, head can be on the floor, and begin. Last few now. And inhale, hold the legs out. Hold. And exhale, slowly lower the legs down. Release the hands. Inhale. And exhale, completely relax there. Long, deep breathing. That was our warm-up. So go ahead and do an intermediate relaxation. You've earned it. Just relax there with the breath. Okay, go ahead and come sitting up now. We're going to move into Surya Kriya. And just a note, it says here, this Kriya, which means action, is named after the energy of the sun, Surya. When you have a lot of sun energy, you do not get cold. You are energetic, expressive, extroverted, and enthusiastic. It is the energy of purification. It holds the weight down, it aids digestion, it makes the mind clear, analytic, and action-oriented. This exercise systemically stimulates the positive pranic force and the Kundalini energy itself. So yeah, powerful exercise we're going to do tonight. So we're going to start off with a form of pranayama or breath work that activates the sun. So you're going to take your left thumb, you're going to block off your left nostril. All you're going to do for 3 minutes is breathing through the right. The right nostril is associated with the solar consciousness, the left with the lunar. So we're just going to be activating that solar consciousness, that energetic, clear, direction-oriented, analytical focused mind, because that's what we're working on tonight. So long, deep breathing only through your right nostril, and begin. Eyes are closed down. Continue to breathe. And inhale. Hold up on that root lock. Squeeze energy up the spine. And relax the breath and the hand, the lock. And just go ahead and have your hands in Gyan Mudra, natural wisdom position, long, deep breathing. Just feel that activated solar energy that you're calling in. Connection to the sun. And inhale and exhale. Okay, coming onto the knees now, we're going to do 2 rounds of Sat Kriya. We'll take a break in between. Sat Kriya, for those of you that have never done it, is one of the quintessential exercises in Kundalini Yoga. It activates all the chakras and it aligns them with the creative source. So the way it works is you take your fingers and you're going to make them into a pointy index finger. You're going to hug your ears and you're going to say the sound Sat, which means truth. And as you say the sound Sat, you're going to imagine like a bolt of light shooting up from your lower spine, your chakras, all the way up through your center, up through your fingers, aligning your whole being with the creative source. And once you said Sat, then you relax and you sort of allow that energy to come down and you say Nam, which means identity. So you're saying Sat, yoking yourself to truth, and then you accept that grace, Nam, which means identity, creating a connection with yourself and true identity, the creative source. So we're going to go ahead and do that for 3 minutes. And then we'll take a break and we'll do it for 3 more. Getting ready for that. And let's begin. Sat, no. Sat, no. Sat, no. Sat, sat, no. Sat, no. Sat, sat, no. 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 Sat, 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 sat. Inhale up, pull up on that root block, squeeze up, and relax the breath, the hands down gently, release the lock, eyes closed down, inhale. Exhale completely, long, deep breathing, and just relax and feel that energy along your central channel. Feel that heat we've activated, that solar consciousness we're stimulating. Long, deep breathing. And inhale and exhale. One more round, only 2 rounds of this. So we're going to go ahead and do that same exercise, Sat Kriya, for 3 minutes. I know it's getting warm. Do your best. And let's begin that. Sat, no. 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 Sat, sat, no. 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 Sat. 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 Inhale, pull up on that Rulak, squeeze up, align towards the source. Vertical alignment. Exhale, relax the breath, relax, lock, keep the hands up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale deeper, align up, squeeze up, and exhale, relax the breath, the lock, and the hands float down gently onto the knees. Inhale, exhale, and just feel that energy, feel that warmth along the spine. Long, deep breathing, completely relax. Inhale and exhale. And go ahead and shake out the legs a little bit. We're going to just do a quick intermediate relaxation. So go ahead and come lying on the back. A lot of good work there, activating that solar energy. Just lying on the back, hands together, your hands at the sides. Inhale, exhale, and just relax there with long, deep breathing. And just be there for a moment. Long, deep breathing. And inhale and exhale. Okay, now we're going to move some of that spinal energy, that solar energy, to the rest of our chakras. We're going to do spinal flex. So go ahead and come sitting back into easy pose. Hands are going to be on the shins here. We're going to inhale, eyes are going to be closed down. We're going to inhale forward, exhale back in that serpentine-like motion. It's like this. And as we inhale, we're going to think the sound sat, which means truth. It's the same sound we just made. And as we exhale, we're thinking the sound nam. It's like sat nam, sat nam. That's all inside. You can focus your third eye point if you want. But the thing is, you want to count 108. 108 in Tantra is like a cycle of the creation of the universe. That's why you often see beads. There'll be a mala, 108 of them. You count. It's representing the cycle of creation. So we're gonna do 108 of those. You keep count on my thumbs or my fingers, however you want to do it. But you want to make sure you're keeping that mental focus on Sat Nam. Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. So go ahead at your own pace, eyes closed down, 108, and let's go. Inhale, center spine. Inhale deeper. Pull up on that root lock, squeeze energy up, focus at your third eye points. And exhale, relax the breath in the lock. Fingers in Gyan Mudra. Inhale. Exhale. Long, deep breathing. Just feel that centeredness, that alignment. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, gonna do another exercise that's really good for activating that solar consciousness and bringing the sort of the lower triangle energy, the desire energy, the identity, the grounded energy up, which is important to activate it and spread it throughout our whole being. So this is called frogs. We're gonna do 26 of these. So you're gonna bring your heels together like this, like you're a jumping frog, fingers on the ground. You're gonna inhale, and as you inhale, you're gonna stand up and drop the head forward as if you're a bouncing frog, and then you're gonna come back to rest. It looks like this. So we're gonna do 26 of those, your own count. When you're done, just stand up and just continue to breathe in a good sort of grounded position and begin. When you inhale, when you stand, inhale, bring the hands together, back the hands. Exhale, back. Inhale. Back the hands touch, exhale. Inhale, back the hands touch. Exhale. And one more time, inhale, back the hands touch. Exhale. Just place your hands on your bellies, bring the legs a little bit wider, bend the knees slightly, and just feel your rootedness. Long, deep breathing, belly breath. You're a tower of power aligned with the sun. Feel that openness at the heart. Inhale, exhale. Okay, shake it out. Go ahead and come back onto the knees now. We're gonna do a simple exercise. Most of the hard work's over. So all you're gonna do, and we're only doing this with one direction because we're activating the solar breath. We're gonna inhale left, exhale right. So that's all you're doing. We're not going to do the other way. We're inhaling left, exhaling right. Eyes are closed down. That's all you're going to do. We're just going to do this for 3 minutes. It's a pretty simple exercise. Inhaling left. If you want to think the sound sat as you inhale to the left and nam as you exhale to the right, go ahead. And that's it, and go. Doesn't have to be fast, just consistent. And inhale center. Pull up on that root lock. Concentrate your third eye points. And exhale, relax the breath in the lock. And release the thighs. And go ahead and shake out the legs a little bit. And just come sitting back in easy pose, eyes closed down, fingers in Gyan Mudra, long, deep breathing. Just feel the activated solar energy. Just breathe long and deep. We're almost done with all the exercises here. Just relax. Okay, so second to last exercise, hands are going to be on the shoulders. We're going to basically do a seesaw motion for inhale, turning the body to the left, exhale, turning the body to the right. That's all you're doing. Eyes are closed down, inhale left, exhale right. Try to get a good lateral stretch as you go. You can say the sound sat on the inhale, nam on the exhale internally. Last little bit now. Inhale, center spine. Hold that Rulak and release the breath and lock, and fingers come down to Gyan Mudra. Inhale, exhale, completely relax breath, long, deep breathing, relax the mind, and just be. And inhale, exhale. Okay, inhale now. Pull up on that Rulak, concentrate at your brow point, focus all the energy and attention, everything you generated tonight, just focus it at the brow point. And release that lock in the breath. Now, all we're gonna do, holding a light brow point focus, is inhale the sound Sat, feel the breath as it comes in, and exhale a sound Nam. That's all you're gonna do, is focus on that brow point with a light brow point focus, inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam, and continue. And inhale. Pull up on that root lock, concentrate at your third eye point. And exhale, relax the breath and lock. Inhale. And exhale. Just feel all the consolidated energy, that solar awakening that you cultivated with this Kriya. Once again, inhale and exhale. Okay, we're going to come lying down in Shavasana for our relaxation. So go ahead and unfold yourselves and lying on the back, heels together, hands to the side, inhale. Exhale completely relax the breath, the mind, the body, and just feel supported by the earth. And let the energy you've cultivated go wherever it needs to go naturally for healing and integration, evolution, elevation. And just breathe long and deep with a relaxed mind and body and spirit. Slowly begin to bring your minds back to the presence of your bodies. Go ahead and twinkle the fingers and toes. Do a full body stretch, arms behind the head, full length. And then rotate the ankles and wrists in one direction, the other direction. And go ahead and rub the hands and feet together. And bringing your left knee across the chest, do a good cat stretch. The head goes the other way. And release. Bring the other knee in. Good. Cat stretch the other direction. And wrapping the hands around the knees. rocking on the spine. And then come sitting up. Okay, we're going to do the classic pranayama. We've done pretty much the whole series. It's basic alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to inhale, count of 4 through the left nostril. Hold the breath, both nostrils pinched off for a count of 16. Then exhale for a count of 8 through the right, and then you repeat. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 16, exhale 8. We'll do 3 and 3. So inhale 4, hold 16, exhale 8, inhale 4, hold 16, exhale 8. Balancing the lunar and solar faculties of consciousness to create that intuitive, neutral consciousness that uses the solar and lunar in harmony. So beginning that now. And release, inhale, and exhale. All right, we're coming into the home stretch for our last exercise. So this meditation is called Ganapati Kriya. And Ganapati, or Ganesha, is the elephant lord of removing of obstacles. And in some ways, you could say that Ganesha has been the patron of this entire series. You know, he has a special relationship to tantric yoga, and Kundalini yoga is a tantric style of yoga in that it embraces and uses all the energies to elevate. And so the way this meditation works, and I'll explain the meditation in a second. So get a little bit more about Ganesha. So Ganesha, you know, he's a big pot-bellied gentleman with a rotund body and the trunk and head of an elephant. And the story goes is that, you know, Shiva's wife Parvati, you know, she had a baby and she didn't know Shiva, didn't let Shiva know. So one day Shiva comes home and, you know, Ganesha, because he's a god, he grows into a full-grown man almost overnight. So, you know, in comes Shiva from his intense meditations up on Mount Kailash into the home of Parvati, and there's like a good-looking, you know, young man in the house, and Shiva, being fierce, grabs his sword and cuts off his head. And Parvati's not happy about this, but given Ganesha is a god, you know, he regenerates. But in this case, an elephant regenerates. And elephants in India are sacred animals, where they should be treated as such. And Ganesha is really thought of, you know, he removes obstacles. You know, he's thought of as the Lord of Dharma, basically. You know, I've talked at length during this class of Dharma, your purpose, why you incarnated. And Ganesha is all about Dharma and removing the blocks so you can live a Dharmic life. And so, in essence, prosperity is living your best Dharmic life and having the tools and resources to do that. And that's what this entire class has been about from start to finish, is getting aligned, straightening things out, getting yourself opened and tuned so that you can do that. So we're ending tonight. Oh, another thing about Ganesha is he's playful. You know, I sort of was saying a big part of where we're going, where we're ending, is this notion of sort of co-creative lila, sort of that divine love play with creation. You know, yoga is about burning through our processes, our negativities. And one metaphor is that, you know, It's like butter is fatty, and you put it over a fire, and it clarifies into ghee. It's clear, it's lucid, it's nutritious. That's what yoga is doing. You're burning away the impurities of your mind, body, and spirit. So that clear luminosity of spirit can shine through, and you can express that in the world, just like the sun. And so part of that is playfulness, because we can carry a lot of heavy weight with our egos. We can carry a lot of heavy weight with our minds. And so Ganesha is all about playfulness. He's a playful, jovial, powerful god, very friendly with children, and is just noted as sort of fostering that playfulness and that light of heart that comes with living a dharmic life. Dharma should not mean you're heavy-hearted. It should mean that you're light-hearted, not necessarily unfocused, but not heavy-hearted, full of regret, full of sorrow, full of anger, full of vengefulness, resentments. That's not being in a dharmic state of mind. So light-heartedness, and Ganesha is very much about that light-heartedness. So we're going to do a meditation tonight to create and nurture that Ganesha consciousness. So it says here, the Ganapati Kriya, this meditation is said to redeem all negativity in the past and present, smooth out your day-to-day problems, and create a positive tomorrow. It will change your luck and allow prosperity to flow. It allows you to let go of the attachments to the mind and to the impact of past actions so you can create and live a fulfilled life. That sounds pretty good to me. That sounds like being in a playful flow. So the way this works is we're going to have our hands on the knees. The eyes are going to be 9/10 closed, focusing at the brow point. And you're going to say the sound sa, ta, na, ma, ra, ma, da, sa, se, so, hum. So that sa, ta, na, ma, ra, ma, da, sa, da, 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 that is like the creative process. That is the creative flow of the infinite into the finite. It's the sun coming down into the world and expressing itself, and the return of everything back up to the sun. It's like the cycle of creation, incarnation, and regeneration, and the evolutionary spiral all the way up. So that's what this mantra is saying. And as you say each syllable, sa, ta, na, ma, ra, ma, da, sa, se, so, you're going to touch the fingers as you say it. It says to say in a heart-centered monotone. I would say find whatever natural rhythm works for you. We're going to do it for 11 minutes, which is a number of sacredness. And so it's a number of mastery, number of magic. So Ganesha Kriya, Ganapati Kriya, 11 minutes, light brow point focus, 9/10 eyes closed, and let's begin. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da sa se so hum. Sa ta na ma ra ma da soham. Satanama Rama Dasa Sase 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 Soham. Satanama Ramadasa 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 Se 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 Soham. Inhale. Hold the breath in. Now just move the body like everything you can. Rotate and just move around. Everything moves in a spiral. And then exhale, inhale. The other way, just move around. Move the head, move the body, move the waist, move the arms. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, last time, inhale. And exhale. Now inhale and just focus on the nose and just continue to breathe long and deep. Meditate on the nose and just breathe for 3 minutes. Just concentrate on the bridge of the nose, eyes closed down mostly. Long, deep breathing. Just continue like that. Long, deep breathing. Just focus on the tip of the nose. Be completely calm. And inhale. Now hold the breath in. Move the whole body. Just really go for it. Hold the breath in until you can't hold the breath anymore. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale deeper. Move. Shake out all the resistance. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Deeper. Shake. Exhale. 1 more time. Exhale. Inhale. Just focus on the nose. Long, deep breathing. Just calm. Just feel the fruits of everything we've done tonight. The warm-ups, the solar kriya, the pranayama, and finally this meditation aligned with Ganesha to open the doors to dharmic prosperity and the playfulness thereof. And inhale and exhale. All right, well, that concludes this 10-week series on Kundalini Yoga from Intuition and Prosperity, taught here from the Temple of the Coiled Splendor. We know we've shared a lot of techniques with you over the past 10 weeks, and the best practice is find something that you really resonate. Find like one Kriya, one meditation, and just stick to that for 40 days. Keep a journal and see how it changes your life. You know, we've taught some of the creme de la creme of the Kundalini yoga, practices. We've taught Sudarshan Chakra Kriya, Sad Kriya, Kirtan Kriya, Trishula Kriya, the Moneymaker meditation, so many different things along the way. Just pick one or two things that you really are passionate about and just go deep. It's better to go deep into something than to just skip across the surface. So you've got it all. Everything is going to be made available for the public on tape. Thanks for all those that have attended over the course of this series, and for all those that are going to experience it after the fact. Really appreciate everybody's energy and hope that this serves your abundance and prosperity in 2021 and beyond. So thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and close out with our sunshine song. I will sing it. If you know it, jump in. Otherwise, you'll learn it from the tape. So rubbing the hands briskly, hands at the center of the chest. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhale, and inhale to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Satnam, 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 Satnam. Thank you so much.